Good morning, good morning, good morning. Another day to rise and shine. It is Wednesday, July the 12th, 2017. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and welcome to another edition of the Mike Prince Show. It is hump day, baby. Hump day it is, and hump day it shall be all day long. And speaking of all day long, we have the Media Days, SWAC 2017, just around the corner. We'll continue to talk about the SWAC revenue, talk about the generation gap in HBCUs collectively. We'll talk about the Prairie View A&M University 43rd Annual Convention, and so much more. As I always state each and every morning, it is the fastest 30 minutes in Prairie View, Texas. I want you to sit back, relax, unwind, if you will, as we get ready to go through our hump day version of the Mike Prince Show. Once again, top of the day to you. Hopefully everything is going well for you and your loved ones. I am doing quite well myself, I must admit. Things are looking mighty up these days. Been getting my workouts in, and everybody is looking good, feeling good in the household, so we dare not complain, and we're just trying to be a healthy, fortified individual as we look forward to moving forward and whatever life may bring for us. And speaking of moving forward, didn't bring this up in the opening parts of the show, but the Houston Rockets have let it be known that they are seriously thinking hard and going hard for Carmelo Anthony to add him to the Houston Rockets roster. If you ask me, it's a waste of time. When you look at the West and how stacked up the West is and how everything is westward bound right now, if Carmelo Anthony is serious about having a chance of getting to the NBA Finals and a chance of winning a ring, his best option, as I stated before, would be to hook up with LeBron James coming out of the East. When you look at the East is really, really lacking as far as any serious contenders, and there's no reason why the Cavaliers can't have their run of the East. And if I'm Carmelo, I want to take the path of the least resistance. That's what KD did. He hooked up with the Warriors. He was already a great talent. He joins a great team, and voila, he has his first NBA championship. Why not Carmelo? Let him follow that formula, see what he and the King can do, and try to work this thing out. It really and truly, on paper, logically, and I know Houston's right in our backyard, but there is no way I can see that happen. I know that he and CP3 are real tight, but when it comes down to it, these guys say they want championships. And when you look at the West and what Houston has to offer right now, yes, Carmelo would be a dynamic trio, I should say, with Harden, and CP3. But would it be enough for them to get past the Warriors to get to the finals? I could see him losing to the Warriors in the finals, but you want to get to the finals, and the best route to get to the finals is hooking up with LeBron. But once again, who am I? I've had my pro spiel. We'll take us a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about this Media Day coverage and more of the SWAC revenue and some potential solutions. You listen to the Mike Prince Show, Hump Day. We'll be right back. Are you looking for an affordable way to increase your business? Let the Open Mic Broadcast Network lead the way. For a customized, affordable ad campaign, call 832-213-8824.
The Open Mic Broadcast Network is a community-based radio station that was established in 2002. We have been dedicated to local, regional, and community programming with coverage for high school, collegiate sports, ministries, and information. Our goal is to provide quality, productive, and positive programming that reflects the community that we serve. Visit our website, ktorradio.com and OBN-Radio.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. It is Hump Day. Remember our low-tech app that can be reached anywhere, anytime, 24 hours a day is simply dialing in the number 605-477-5066. You dial that number, lock that number in, and it becomes part of your repertoire, if you will, as far as keeping up with information throughout the Open Mic Broadcast Network when it comes to the Southwest Athletic Conference, the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, and if you had not heard, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. And welcome the Tuskegee Golden Tigers, part of our network programming, kicking off in the fall. And plus we have The Dig, which is our Southwest Athletic Conference volleyball show that we have launched off with interviews of various coaches. We got another release coming tomorrow, so be sure to keep up with that. So we got so much going on and a lot more to offer that we're bringing toward you, the listening audience. We want to remind you that you can follow us and keep up with us on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is OBN-Radio. And let me tell you first and foremost, whatever it is that you're doing, keep it up, because you guys are adding on, liking, responding to tweets and posts that we're putting up, and it's very intriguing for an older guy. I'm 50 years old, not ashamed of that. Still finding my way on some of this social stuff, but you guys are hipping the old guy out, and I truly appreciate that. Don't forget, this coming Friday, July 14th, we will be live from Birmingham, Alabama, starting at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We will more than likely kick in around 9:45 or so, a little pregame toward the media day, getting stuff lined up, and we're going to speak with all the head football coaches, player representatives from each and every conference school. So it should be an exciting time. We're going to see if we can even get a chance to sit down and speak with the Commissioner, Dua Sharp, and a whole lot more right here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and a special edition of the Mike Prince Show. As we say, that we always trying to look for creative and unique ways of getting things done. So we want to make sure that we have you guys to be able to log in and listen live at OBN-Radio.com. And if you have a question, comment, or even a concern, you can dial our 24-hour message line at 713-570-6736. That number again is 713-570-6736. You get a chance to leave your message, your comments, and everything that needs to be done. We promise that if you keep it clean, we'll keep it rolling right here on the airways. As we're speaking about keeping things rolling on the airways, you heard that the Tuskegee I knew I was going to say that sooner or later, but the Tuskegee Golden Tigers would be a part of our broadcast, and they will be featured on Channel 2 this coming fall. And speaking of 2, you got 2 types of revenue being generated when it comes to NCAA standards and reports. We have what we call the upper tier, and then there's everybody else. And everybody else, which falls in the likes of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, the MEAC, and even the Southland Conference for that matter. We did a little report, started off on yesterday, talking about the revenues that were collected for the various SWAC schools, and we're going to have that MEAC comparison probably for tomorrow's show. And when you look at it, the numbers sound impressive to a degree, but remember who the number one revenue generating school was, and that was Texas A&M. Texas A&M generated $194 million plus in revenue, and that is just ridiculous. But when we looked at it and found out, how the breakdown was, and there were different categories. You had a breakdown of ticket sales. You had a breakdown of donations that were given. You had a breakdown of students' fees and other breakdowns of what the school actually had to match in it. And something that I've seen very, very contrasting when it came to other conferences. Let me just put it like that. Other conferences was the donation section. When you compare the donation section, you can look and compare for yourself. Go to USA Today. I believe that was the July 7th edition of the USA Today. If you would follow me on Twitter, I'll go ahead and resend that link out where you can read the report for yourself. That Twitter account is Radio Guy, RADIOGUY, all one word, Radio Guy. And when you look at how other schools are giving back to the various universities compared to how schools, and I'll just limit it to the SWAC right now, how schools in the SWAC are giving back. And you've got to factor that part in. Is it just one particular school? No, it is a collective challenge, a collective struggle, a collective concern, if you will, about why is or why it's not happening the way it should be happening. Why is that? I don't know. I got a feeling I do know. And before I get too involved and too immersed into that, I'm going to have to take a break, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it a little bit more. It's Hump Day. You're listening to the Mike Prince Show on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Are you looking for an affordable way to increase your business? Let the Open Mic Broadcast Network lead the way. For a customized, affordable ad campaign, call 832-213-8824.
The Open Mic Broadcast Network is a community-based radio station that was established in 2002. We have been dedicated to local, regional, and community programming with coverage for high school, collegiate sports, ministries, and information. Our goal is to provide quality, productive, and positive programming that reflects the community that we serve. Visit our website, KTORradio.com and OBN-Radio.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Prince, continuing our conversation about the lack of giving, not just at any one particular school. It is collectively throughout the Southwestern Athletic Conference. I can't look in everyone's pocket. I'm not even trying to look at that. I know that each and every individual has their own story on why they do what they do, why they do what they do not do. However, we cannot look at anyone else about why our schools are in the conditions that they're in when it comes to revenue until we look at ourselves. And yes, it is a struggle. Yes, you may have gone through the struggle, but I see a huge tie into part of what I think the problem is, and it's a big generation gap. There is a huge generation gap, and it only appears, that we have a big gap in how effective or the bottom line message of HBCUs and how it is taken amongst those that it was designed for. And it becomes a daily grind, a daily struggle on trying to get others how to give back. Now, admittedly, when I was a student at Prairie View A&M University, entered Prairie View in 1988, a total different era, totally different circumstances, and totally different results than what you were getting on the playing surface. However, there was a pride that goes unmeasured, a school spirit that could not be compared, and I'm seeing a lack of that, and not just at Prairie View, but across the board. Now, when you look on social media and you look across, just everybody gives shouts out to their institutions, to their Greeks and everything, and that's great. That's fine. But what happens is we get silent when it comes to giving back. We get tone deaf when it comes to giving back. And it really and truly creates the struggle that we have collectively. It truly creates the struggle that we have collectively. Now, we could fix that. We could truly fix that. Now, I'm not saying that you have to donate thousands of dollars back to your institutions, even back to your fraternity or sorority. But I could safely, I'm going to say safely, step out on the line and say that the average individual who has received any type of degree from, and I'm making this personal now, from the Southwestern Athletic Conference, regardless of the struggle that you had to get through that process or to get your sheepskin, if you've had any type of training at a Southwestern Athletic Conference member school, you know firsthand the personal struggle. And you know that what little bit that you could offer could impact the total outcome of your institution. Doesn't matter if you're at Prairie View A&M University, Mississippi Valley, Grambling, Auburn, you pick one. All of us could do better when it comes to supporting and giving back to our university. If there's a huge contrast, that contrast is on how we give back to our institutions compared to the PWIs. Bottom line, it is a total different contrast. And we have to be able to get past our feelings. We have to get past our own access to grind and give back to our various institutions. And I'm guilty of that. You know, I make it a point to give back to the department. I was communications major at Prairie View. I make sure I give back to that department. I make sure I give back to the athletic department. I was an athlete at Prairie View. I make sure that I'm doing something, you know, and it might not be a huge magnitude to someone with the money of a billionaire or a millionaire, but I'm doing something consistently to give back. And we got to keep our mouths off our own institutions. Now, let me say this. As an alumni, yes, you have every right to bring up issues of concern because that's part of checks and balances. I do understand that. But when it comes to just flat out dragging us out, running us over with the bus, we're creating more harm than we are good. Because if I'm talking bad about the very institution that I am a product of, like it or not, I'm a product of that institution, then I'm creating my own chaos. I'm creating my own damnation, and it's my own fault that I have the struggle that I have. And so we have to understand that in order to change that, we got to take a page out of Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror and look at that thing and say, what can I do to make that change? How can I look this thing for what it is and say, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to do what's right. I'm going to take care of business, and I'm going to support my school. I'm going to support my institution. I'm going to support my heritage and do what needs to be done. Because there's no doubt that descendants of HBCUs have the money to spend because they do consumer reports all the time. And those consumer reports know who to target, when to target, and how to target them to get the money, whether it's a 99-cent purchase or a $40,000 purchase. They know how to find us. And who better to help support the cause than the descendants of the HBCUs? That's a simple approach. It doesn't take a whole lot of money. It just takes a little bit to help this thing get better. Speaking of getting better, I got to take a break. We come back. We'll bring you up to speed on the 43rd Annual Prairie View A&M University Alumni Convention. We'll be right back. Listen to the Mike Prince Show. Are you looking for an affordable way to increase your business? Let the Open Mic Broadcast Network lead the way. For a customized, affordable ad campaign, call 832-213-8824.
This is Willie Simmons here, football coach at Prairie View A&M University. I'm sitting here with my main man, Mike Prince. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Listen to the Mike Prince Show weekdays on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the final stretch of this hump day version of the Mike Prince Show. Remember to use our low-tech app. Simply lock in the number 605-477-5066 and keep abreast of what's going on. Follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Also, Instagram is OBN-Radio. I need to do a video. I hadn't done a video in a little while. Did a video one day this week. It was of my wife. She had a little project working on, and I thank you all that logged in and supported that cause. And I'm due for one. As a matter of fact, what better time to do it when we get down to SWAC Media Day this Friday, beginning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. You'll be able to listen live right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And, of course, it's simulcast on KTORradio.com. Go and check those two websites out and listen in. We'll have interviews with all of the SWAC coaches and the player representatives. We'll try to get in contact with Commissioner Dewar Sharp and so much more. And sometimes when you making your plans and your schedules, we do still plan to get in contact with Athletic Director Ashley Robinson. Sometimes schedules conflict and everything. We had touched bases, been texting, and even had a face-to-face meeting. And so it's just a matter of getting time to line up the cosmos, if you will, to make things happen. And speaking of making things happen, I want to remind you of the 43rd Annual Prairie View A&M University National Alumni Convention. Will be held July the 19th through the 22nd in the Houston, Texas area, and it is going to be a treat and a half. As a matter of fact, for more information, you can dial 936-857-5817. Dial that number. That is the headquarters for the National Alumni Association. You have today, I believe, till 5 o'clock, July 12th, for your registration. Registration is only $300. It goes to help out with the scholarships and everything that we try to offer to the children. I am, of course, part of that, and I've been asked to be the keynote speaker for the breakfast on July 22nd, and I'm truly proud of that, thankful for that opportunity, and look forward to it. It's going to be a great time to be with alumni. Also a part of the Prairie View Athletic Club. Proud to say that we had done and continue to do our part in supporting Prairie View athletics and giving where it counts, and that's with our pocketbooks as well as the emotional support and the spiritual support as well. So there's always room for growth and improvement. If you would love to be a part of that, whether you're a PV alum or you had some moments at Prairie View, you can come on, be a part of it. We'd be more than happy to invite you on in to be a part of the family. Because once you become part of the Purple and Gold, you are connected for life. Speaking of connected for life, this is what it's all about, being able to give back. Even when it seems like you don't have much to give, you'll be amazed at what time can equate to, and dollars and cents, of course, and just going out support. Support your local HBCU, no matter what conference you're in, whether you're in the SWAC, whether you're in the MEAC, the SIAC, does not matter. Support your local HBCUs. I am running out of time for today, but please continue to spread the word that we are here and we are here for you. Remember our low-tech app, 605-477-5066. The website, OBN-Radio.com. Facebook page is Open Mic Broadcast Network, just as our YouTube page, Open Mic Broadcast Network. Don't forget, we're a couple of days away from Media Day 2017. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. It is always a joy and a pleasure to bring you the Mike Prince Show each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Until the next time, you be blessed. We'll see you on the other side.